All right, it's getting later and later. Hello, blessings. Hi, Natalie. Hello, how are you? You're new around here. How you doing? All right. So there's a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about. I got a new Patreon. And basically, what that means is stuff that I wouldn't want to put out here to the public, pretty much. I have three videos that I'm going to be uploading to Patreon that are specifically blood magic. Okay. Menstrual blood magic to be exact. Uh yeah, so since you know what I'm saying, like I don't know, I'm not a selfish evil person. And I'm always looking out for y'all backs. I'm always watching everybody's back. I always got everybody's back. Why not? Why not? Being honest and who I am and being the loving, trustworthy person I am has always brought me success. Yeah. So, um, I do also have a class on menstrual blood magic that is now available up on the website that you guys may be particularly interested in. I don't know if you guys have looked around and kind of figured some stuff out. But I don't know. They were saying on the news that this country is in a recession. You know what that means? You know what that means when they say it's a recession? That means that men have given up. That's what that means, okay? That's what I'll be trying to tell y'all. I told y'all it was going to trickle down. And so now it's time for the goddess to take over and recharge and do all this stuff. You know, and it is what it is. Okay. So the menstrual blood classes are going to teach you something that is going to be very valuable. Like I'm talking about menstrual blood is so goddamn powerful that a lot of men are completely fucking turned off by it because men like to bend over and let other men take power over them. I don't understand it. No, I'm joking. No shade to the men. No shade. You guys have y'all purpose. I love everybody. Okay. Hello, Devon's TCAP and more. Hello. So, if you are a woman and you don't know how sacred your blood that comes out of your body every month is, you gonna learn. Now, the Patreon, I am gonna show three new blood rituals. Okay. And I've got the footage recorded. I just haven't uploaded it yet. You guys are going to need to know that menstrual blood magic, especially in the upcoming months. I know that I'm going to be collecting my menstrual blood for the next 3 months, and then that will be it. That's all we need for the entire summer. And, so it's going to serve myself, my family, and my clients. If I will use my menstrual blood for client work, I sure will. It's mine. I can do whatever I want to do with it. Okay. That's money work, love work, whatever work you need to do, reversals, and it's a time to do that right now because right now you got a lot of scared people. Right now you got too many people that are scared and not smart enough. They're totally disconnected. They don't know about witchcraft. They don't know the power of it. I witnessed it, so like every I witness it every single day. But whenever I do something and it manifests, it's almost like you just know it is. And it's so difficult working with clients who don't really believe, and that's been difficult. So I am wanting to focus mainly like 70% of the business on apprentices and students, straight up and down. If you don't know the basics of the craft, then I would suggest that you do that one in addition to, which is the beginner's witchcraft course, in addition to the blood magic course. I would highly recommend it. Okay. And, I'm not going to put it, in order for you to like see kind of what it looks like, you do have to be a patron. I'm not going to put that up on YouTube. I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it starts a lot of controversy. And, y'all know how it is. Y'all know what's going on out there, so that's why it's going to be on the Patreon. Otherwise, if you want to take it further, you guys can learn, because a lot of you guys are going to need to learn. You're going to have to stop hating yourself, especially if you are a woman. You're going to have to connect to your power. It is so important. I am a teacher. I am your big sister. That's who I am, who teaches you this stuff, because you're going to need it. Your kids are going to need it. You know, it just is what it is. Okay. And right now it's all about survival right now. It's kind of rough out there. It's not just money, it's danger and violence. I was shocked on my other channel when that working that I did with the railroad spikes didn't get more views or love. That was weird. Maybe because those railroad spikes can be used as a weapon. Them damn things were very scary looking, but at the same time, very powerful. A lot of women, they dread getting their period. When they get it, like, oh, hate this period. And the gods and the goddesses just like, it's been particular Aphrodite and people, goddesses, all of the goddesses, and it's so weird. It really is. It's so weird. It is that, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people feel like they're not necessarily being blessed in the long term. you know um I'm talking about those long term tangible blessings, right? Those long term tangible blessings. What is that? Whoa, thank you. So sweet of you. Thanks. So, mm, you can have instant gratification anytime. But what about long term? You know, for example, I'm going to give you guys an example. When you plant seeds or either seedlings and you see growth immediately, but then they kind of die after a while. If you would have put a couple of drops of your menstrual blood in it, though it would have kept growing. Okay. So, you know, The menstrual blood that you hold in your body for a lot of you women is literally worth billions of dollars, right? You got to go look at the story of Henrietta Lacks, okay? And I'm not racist at all. That would be stupid, you know. So I'm not going to come on here and say, oh, if you're white, you don't have any mitochondria. It's only in black people. I'm not going to say that shit. So anybody can learn menstrual blood magic. It's yours. Um, and you should use it. Okay. So I am teaching the classes. And like I said, I'm not going to put up any more videos. I already put up one video. It was diluted in water in that video. Okay. And that's it. I'm not putting no more images of that up on here, but I mean it'll be uploaded on here, but it'll just be unlisted because it'll just be for Patreon. You know? All that stress and fighting, I ain't gonna do nothing but give you an aneurysm or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So also another thing for apprentices, you can become an apprentice for 1,500. My apprentices are well taken care of because you're going to eventually join my coven. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can do that too. But I highly encourage you guys to do the blood magic course. And it's not cheap. None of my stuff is cheap. Sorry, wrong place. My time is actually very valuable. The information that I'm teaching you is very valuable. You want to be careful buying and or selling cheap spells because spirit will get you for that. I see them doing it all the time. I see people doing spiritual work all the time for real cheap for people. And you're not supposed to do that. Okay? So, what else was I going to say? Also, I am accepting new clients. I'm not saying that clients can't come, but just make sure you got all your money for real because I'm not doing no payment arrangements or nothing like that. I ain't doing that no more. I'm not. Maybe if you're somebody that I know and that I'm familiar with, that, because I do have clients that have been with me for, over a year, 2 years, and, they can do that. But if I don't know you, I can't give you any credit. That's just like giving somebody credit, you know? So when people pay for things that are really cheap, they typically don't appreciate it. They don't. That's why I'm not cheap. Okay, that's why this knowledge is not cheap. If you go to the website though and you're interested in the classes, first of all, you need to schedule a reading or either a consultation. Because some of y'all, it's not meant for me to do work for you, it's meant for you to learn. Okay. Um, if you go to the website and look under occult and witchy classes, you'll see the sacred divine feminine blood magic class on there. Okay. Um, and so, yeah. And what was it another one? My apprenticeship course is not on the website. No, you just get invoice for that. I'm not putting that up on the website. But the other stuff can be up there. And so, yeah. And that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I mean, I don't, I'm not going to go into all of the details and stuff about why and how, and because that should be automatic. That should go without saying for you to understand how sacred your menstrual blood is. And I would start collecting it as soon as possible. Okay. Even if you're thinking about taking classes next month, um, start collecting it. Get you a moon cup. Don't tell nobody. I will tell you this, that I noticed that when I don't know, it be some I ain't even gonna say that. I ain't even gonna say that. But I will tell you that people will try to throw the evil eye at you when they know that you're collecting your menstrual blood. Um, it is downright scary looking around. I feel so bad for the world because it's not that you can't depend on men, but it's not that, because I have dependable men in my life. So I'm not saying that, but I'm talking about as a totality. And when you see the behaviors of women, when you see how they are just, wow, like I feel bad for y'all. And I totally understand why y'all got trust issues, why men have trust issues. I would have trust issues too. Because a lot of these women are, they doing the most. You know what I'm saying? It just, they're totally out of their element. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't know what you're dealing with. For me, I feel like women are a mirror to me. Like, it's a connection. And so if I'm going to talk crazy to a woman, not all of them, though, not all of them. I'm talking about the ones that I'm close to, or the ones that I think about all the time, which is usually clients or either my children or family members. They are a mirror to me. So why would I do them dirty? For what? Who has time for that? You know? And I think a lot of people get that confused with this dark goddess. That's not what, that's no, no. So, oh, here's another thing. All of my classes are held by Zoom. Um, and they're pretty much hands on. You can either record your Zoom session with a screen recording, because I don't mind you doing that. Especially if you're not on your cycle and you don't have any of your cycle to actually, do the work, then I can show it to you. You have to know this stuff, because if you don't know this stuff, there's not going to be any survivors. I've been telling people that for years, you know, and I believe it was the goddess Maeve that initially came to me and said, wow. And she's the fairy goddess, which I don't understand what that's about. People, I guess, with the whole fairy thing and them distrusting them or whatever. I feel like fairies teach you patience. That's the one thing I can tell you, is that the fae, I think that their overall message and energy is patience. I really believe that. And I think that patience is definitely a virtue. Just the energy and the spirit of patience manifests so many things. When you're sort of like frustrated and you're in a rush and you're just like, what, da, 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 da. And instead of having the ability to just kind of glide through that issue. Okay. Because that's what the main issue, that's the main thing about it, is that even mundane people in your life can create problems, but witchcraft is the solvent for that problem. Okay. And that's what's important. We that you know A lot of the times what we got is we got people. That's why I am who I am and they are who they are. But what I see a lot is people talking about problems but not really talking about real solutions for these problems. They're not. They're just, here's the problem and woe is me. That's it. So you have to know as a woman what witchcraft really is. Is witchcraft about cursing somebody and hurting somebody? No, it is not. Witchcraft is the backbone and the foundation of our very existence and our lives. That's what it is. Period. So you gotta stop. When you tried it, there's been a lot of people that tried it the other way. And, I got folks cussing me out. Some people loving on me. I got more people loving on me. But the people that are cussing me out, they know that it is because I was right. People get angry at you when they know that you're right about what you're saying. Okay. Because no matter what somebody does, which there's always a spell for that. Always remember that. No matter what somebody has done, people will go through great lengths to try to damage you. Please understand that witchcraft is about healing at the foundation of it. Back in the day when they were doing the Crusades, there were even doctors back in those days that were being accused of witchcraft and they were being hung. So you do the math. Seriously. Okay. It's just like there's people that freak out when Mercury is in retrograde. That's an amazing and very powerful time when Mercury is in retrograde. I don't understand people, because people like to avoid and be in denial. So when it comes to Mercury retrograde, what it does is it forces you to reconcile things and to work things out and to heal old wounds, in particular past life wounds. So that's exactly what Mercury retrograde is connected to, is your past life. And a lot of people, it's weird because when you start to look at your past lives or even the past, some people can't even look and reconcile the past. They will have a totally different recollection of what happened, of what actually happened in reality, and you can't be that way because witchcraft is reality. Witchcraft is not fantasy, and it's not, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's not a lie. It's not, you know what I'm saying? And so a lot of people will look at witchcraft as something fake, to where you are doing something fake, and that's not what alchemy and manifestation is about. It's not. Okay. This is one of the reasons why I always tell the truth, no matter what, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is. I'm going to speak the truth. When other people want to have a different memory of something, or it's like, no, that's not what happened. I have a memory of an elephant. I know exactly what happened. And a lot of people want to be in denial about that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you never work out your issues. You never work out your problems because it's a delusion, you know. And what witchcraft teaches us is that every bad thing that is happening to you, you know, with I mean, there are some bad things that are happening to people that are awful, 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 right? I can't even describe to you or tell you some of the human suffering that is happening right now on this planet Earth. And it's sad. But what I can tell you is that every bad thing, you realize that when the bad stuff comes up, witchcraft and every single goddess will tell you that is an illusion that is being created. What are you going to do about it? That's an illusion. And like most of the problems that people are having is an illusion. Unless, of course, your body is sick. And I'm not going to get into healing, not going to get into that. But it's, you know, whatever everyday mundane problem that you have with money, love, you know, certain issues that you may have, those things are an illusion mostly. You know, if it's not an illusion and it's something that is just fate, which most witches do not believe in fate like that. We believe that fate is what you make it. That's what most of us believe, you know. And I think that sometimes with certain things that need to be changed, there's certain things that are just like, no, you know, I can't rock with that. I can't get down with that. That's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly in the grand scheme of things. And so when you look at things like that, and this is especially important for clients, when you look at things that way, you are already changing that situation. Um you are already transmuting it. But the thing of it is that it's easier said than done. Many have tried and failed. What I'm saying is easier said than done. I can say it, but is it going to actually manifest in your reality? And is your mindset and the way that you think going to, is it going to block it? Is it going to block your manifestation? Is it going to delay it? And that is something that has to be taught in individual classes. I use my cards a lot in my classes. When you guys say, hey, I have a problem with this, what I'll do is I will triple wash my cards and look at it, and I'll go from start to finish. The cards will show every single obstacle standing in front of that goal that you have. And you have to start with the first one and go in priority. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth. Sure, I could record readings. In fact, I'm going to on TikTok. Okay. But those are not individual readings. I'll be telling people, you know, when it comes to these readings and stuff, you know, don't be dependent on the free readings because that may not be your message. That may not be the outcome for you. That may not be the same reading. Everybody is not, it's not the same for everybody. Everybody ain't the same. It ain't meant for everybody to resolve something by doing the same thing. I mean, yeah, as a witch, when I do work for people, there are foundational tools that I use, i.e., candles, i.e., sulfur, salt, certain herbs, blood, maybe even some kind of fruit, some fruits or vegetables. But every ritual is not going to be exactly the same or cookie cutter. It's not. It's going to have variations to it because y'all are all separate individual people, you know? So, and there are some people out there pushing that narrative that we are all one person. I don't believe that. I don't like if you're watching or either if you watch the playback, tell me if you think if you feel that you're like every single person on this earth is like you. I don't believe that. I don't like I hear people saying it and I'm definitely not buying it. I'll never buy that. No, we're individual people. There may be similarities or synchronicities, but you're still a separate person. Even if you were born a quadruplet or a triplet, you're still a separate person. Probably even with separate fingerprints. Just everybody's different, I usually don't get along with people either that feel that way. How many of y'all get along with people that feel like we're all the same person? No, I'm definitely different from you. Mm-mm. We having different experiences and we're going to have a totally different outcome. That's codependency, in my humble opinion. And then also, you may reach different milestones or monarchs or monuments at different times. That's just like somebody might do something on June the 1st, and whereas someone else may do it on December the 1st. And it may be different years. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we are synchronized with certain people. Yes, I think you should embrace that. If it's a person that you are turned off by, then you just turned off by that person. That's you trying to tell you something about that person. When you are literally like, no, no. And that person is steadily trying to form this connection with you. No, no. The answer is no. I listen to my ancestors. I do. It's the truth. And, I think that people that say that, I don't agree with that. I really don't. I really don't. I don't agree that we're all the same person. And like, like we're all stuck together. No, we're separate. We're separate. No, no. That's new age right there. That's like now, hun. So that means if you die, I'm gonna die. Maybe if it was my twin or even a twin flame, you know, when you got a synchronicity with somebody. Yeah. But just some random person, no, no, and we got a lot of people out there like that, and they will have anger and resentment for themselves, and they will express that anger and resentment for you. And it's like, well, I didn't wake up this morning angry. I may have been a little flabbergasted. I may have been a little flustered or befuffled or something, but no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't quite on that same frequency that everybody else was on, or another person was on. There's some people that will wake up in the morning and that now if I got something going on, I can pick up on what my kids are going through and people that are close to me and even sometimes my clients. But there are some people that wake up in the morning and they feel like crap and they immediately start to project to other people instead of learning how to not make themselves, to make themselves feel better. They'll instantly start saying, oh, such and such is going on. No, no. There are people that woke up this morning feeling great and feeling very hopeful, grateful for what they have. They wasn't trying to fight with nobody. They wasn't trying to, they wasn't frustrated with nobody. They wasn't thinking about nobody that they shouldn't have been thinking about. They just was living their life and handling their business. Okay. Because you're not gonna handle your business if you keep doing stuff like that. You're not gonna ever resolve your problems like that. Okay. And I'm telling y'all the truth about that. That's a mistake. I feel like it's a mistake that is being made in the spiritual community. And no, I don't have a connection. Everybody is, we're connected in a sense to where we can empathize with one another, to where, you know what I'm saying? But as far as us all going through the same exact thing at the same time, no, that's not what's happening. Unless you're close in a group that may be affecting everybody in that group, but I'm not in no group. I'm not in a group. No, I'm not chained or tied to a group of people. No. Y'all ever hear that? Oh, it's yeah. No, no, no. We're not connected at all. I'm on my shit and you on your shit. Okay. Seriously. And it just I get tired of the new age community trying to push that garbage because yeah, no. Okay. And so anyway, whenever y'all see this, if you want to become a Patreon, you can. What in the world, Kitty? Hello. Yeah, no, I'm not with that. And a lot of other people are not with that either. You got people trying to push that narrative. Okay. You got people out there trying to push that narrative. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Or, oh, this happened to me, so it has to happen to you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, we don't like the same things. We don't think about the same things. We don't think the same way, unless you have similar or like minded, if it's a like minded person. But, there are some people that they literally have attachment problems like that, to the point where they feel like everybody is experiencing the same thing at one time. And, that's why, you know, I experience problems just like everybody else. Okay. I experience challenges. You don't never catch me going live or online fussing at anybody about that. Never. You got people out there that the moment they have an issue, they are yelling and screaming at everybody else. They are yelling and screaming at other people. And that's not the way that you're going to resolve your problems. You're not. That's the way you're going to end up isolated. Okay, you're going to end up isolated. You're going to end up, yeah. So that's just not, yeah, no, that's just not it. Okay. And, that's one of the reasons why when I do readings, I let people know this may not resonate for you. Me, when I'm doing those are sample readings. Those are, I don't want to say they're mock readings, but they're sample readings. You know what I'm saying? And I like some of the readers, and so I do listen to them. I watch them. But as far as everything I hear, I take it with a grain of salt. And then when it comes to divination is important in a sense of being able to see things. It does not necessarily mean that everybody's going to have the same outcome. The outcome can always be different. Okay. And a lot of people that wanted entrepreneurship, if you're an entrepreneur, more than likely you're working alone. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, when I do start to have apprentices, those apprentices are going to work very closely with me. I actually already have one apprentice right now, and those apprentices work very close with me. Um, but as far as all of I mean, like I'm not in sync with a freaking serial killer or somebody that doesn't, have their own mind, people that can't differentiate, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not synchronized with those types of people. No, I'm not. And there is nothing wrong with that. Okay. And it's starting to kind of freak me out a little bit, to the point where I can't wait until I can take my social media sabbatical, honestly, because I'm sick of it. I'm tired of people with these wild ideas that I don't believe in, will never, ever believe in. Sorry, I don't believe in what you're talking about. You know? So that's mainly the issue. And I think that the problem is, and when you guys see, which one was that? One of the videos that I put up on Patreon, I go into that a little bit of how people are quick to lose their identity. You cannot ever lose your identity. Somebody going through something and they project that to you, and then all of a sudden you're going through it too. That's called, you don't have power. You don't have power over your empathism. It wasn't meant for you to just become everybody all day long, especially some of these folk walking around here. And y'all end up taking that into you, and you don't really have the protection. You don't really have your mindset on not. And so when it comes to being an empath, because I am an empath, I consider myself to be a dark empath at this point because of what's happening in the world globally. But when I deal with anybody, clients, people, I don't absorb and take on that crap. That's why they will say things to you. They'll say, "Oh, you're this and you're that," and they'll insult you because that is who they are. That is the state of being that they are in, and they want you to identify with that. They're trying to change identities. And you can't be out here with a weak mind. You can't do it. You have to be strong minded. You have to say, well, it doesn't matter what people say about you, but I do think that it is a struggle. It's a common struggle for empaths. If you are an empath, the things that people say to you, the words that people speak to you can hurt you. And that's just the bottom line to it. And you have to get yourself to a point where you don't care about what those people say. If you've taken a self assessment of self and you know you're on your right path and you're doing what you're supposed to do, then who cares about what those people say? But a lot of people can't do that because they don't have their empathic skills set. They don't know how to control the power of empathism. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They will start to identify with folks that they should not want to, in a million years, identify themselves with. Okay? It's not anything goes. You should set higher standards for yourself in your life, period. Okay? What, did you come to get her? Can you can you bring me a water, please? You are so encyclopedia dramatica, kid. So you can't just identify with everybody. I don't know what that's about. That is so weird. I don't believe that the universe is doing that. And this is the reason why, after thousands of years of attempts to do that, it still ain't happened, because it ain't. After millions of years, and it's grown like a virus, people trying to make everybody the same person, like conjoined twins or something. Like, no, that's been going on for the longest. So that's why people, if a person has a problem, they will speak that problem to you. They will speak their problem to you. You don't have that issue. You're like, no, I don't particularly struggle with that. They're still going to say it. They're still going to, because they don't want to be alone. People are afraid of being alone. I can tell you, as an only child, my whole life I was alone playing with my Barbie dolls and my baby dolls and stuff. I was alone doing that. I didn't have siblings. So maybe that's why I am the way that I am. But I think it's important for me to be the way that I am, because if I'm not the way that I am, I would be everything that people said that I was, that I never was. And a lot of people, you ever see that post that says you ever hear something about yourself that ain't the truth, that you didn't know about yourself? And it's like, people just accept that. People accept things. You're way too accepting. There are too many people that are allowing people to master them. You can't do that, especially if it's something that you don't like or something that's bad for you. Now, if somebody telling you something that's good for you, then that's different. If somebody says to you, hey, you're beautiful, you're successful, you're going to make it, you can overcome anything, I know you can, identify with that. Don't ever identify with somebody saying you're a failure, you're this, you're that. And a lot of y'all had your parents doing crap like that, still do. Parents still trying to make you feel like you're a failure, still trying to project that to you. Oh my God, this water is so good. Still got folk doing that to you. And it still hurts. And, that's a part of the healing process, is strengthening the mind and retraining your mind and your spirit to, and then you can defy all the odds, because, especially if you're somebody where all of the odds are against you. I can promise you that everything that I have self-taught myself, well, not self-taught, I was taught by my spirit team. Everything that I was taught, that I teach to you, can help you defy all of the odds that are against you. Okay. And it ain't going to be a whole bunch of people. I'm just one person. I cannot, it's going to be a small percentage of people. Just like what Jesus said. Jesus told people only 144,000 can be saved, meaning that was his capacity, in my opinion. That's what that meant. And so there's a capacity that everybody has. When you see large crowds, usually those large crowds are going towards something that is of destruction, places where they don't want to go. Okay, that's what I've learned. Just all of the experiences that I've had in my life. So that part right there. That's why my circle is going to be small, and I'm going to be good. I'm manifest the things that I want. And I am, of course, I'm going to be doing um, I'll have my shop back on Etsy very soon. And I will be, pretty much dealing with that very soon. And it is what it is. And, I'll be selling candles and stuff. And so pretty soon I'll actually have the time to start shipping things and all of that stuff. But, that's going to come sometime in August, September, towards the fall. So I'll be selling my ritual candles and, making things and selling them to whoever wants to buy them. But otherwise, yeah, man, that's just what that is. And I can't take it. I can't stand it when people do that stuff. When I hear people start talking about, oh, we're all one person, I change the channel up. With what? That's new age. Most of us witches are not new age. Stones and herbs and things of that nature, rocks and dirt, that has been something that witches have utilized from the beginning. That's not new age. A lot of these other constructs and concepts, which if you're going to go by new age, you might as well go back to religion, because new age to me is it's just it's the same thing. And if you're not socially accepted, who gives a damn? You got people out there that will make it known, oh, you're just not socially accepted. And then it's like, I don't care. I don't care about being socially accepted. As first of all, the people that don't accept me, I would never want to hang with them in a million years, not ever. But, I am actually socially accepted because there's lots of people that love me and I socialize with people every day. But I'm talking about as far as like, these groups of people, and they're just like, oh, we don't accept you. Oh, well, good. I don't accept you either. Have a great day. Have a great day. Oh, you're going to follow me now. Oh, okay. That's just how I am. And I get called a bitch quite often. I don't mind that. When people call me a bitch, that's a compliment. You have to be that way. You can stop trying to please everybody. Good Lord. And start pleasing yourself, or either your children or your family or the people close to you. When I came to social media, I never had I'm not gonna let social media mold who I am. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? No, that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna make social media make me. When I was already a supreme witch when I came here, and I'm gonna allow social media to tell me who I am and to try to make me who they want me to. Why would you do that? It doesn't matter who you are. But that's exactly what we got going on right here. And this is one of the reasons why, as a witch, I don't really like social media. I don't like it because of that, and because of the people that are trying to do that. Like, no, 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 you're not the person that you know who you are. You are who I say you are. It's like, okay, bye. Yeah, that's insane. So witchcraft it's not just about learning how to make a spell work. That's the easy part. But you have to learn that. That's one of the things about being a witch, because that's one of the things that let you know that you were different, because people treated you different. So now all of a sudden, witches are just, everybody just loves us. No, I would never try to put on that facade. The people that I need to love and care about me and respect me, those are the ones that love. I don't need for everybody in this world. If a person want to have a problem with me, let them have a problem. And I'm not fighting with anybody anymore either. I'm just not doing it. And you'll find out when you learn the craft that when you are doing your spells, unless you are battling with an evil spirit that's trying to kill you, which is few and far between, okay, it's a very quiet and peaceful place. It's not, when even when you're doing your rituals, it's not hell on wheels. You learn that you can manifest. You don't have to be yelling and screaming, unless you just like to yell and scream and cuss. I'm tired of that. I lost sight of who I was, because previous to that, I did not do that unless I was arguing with somebody. And I got the hell away from people that I had to argue with, because all that arguing ain't doing nothing but causing health problems. You know what I'm saying? All that bad energy. I'm not there for that. I'm never there for that. I'm never present. My presence is not there. You know what I'm saying? So, and That's one of the reasons why my household is always so peaceful. That's why I always feel peaceful. That's why I always feel blessed. Even during hard times that I faced because of what society within itself, you got a lot of very confused people, a lot. A vast majority of our society is confused and chaotic right now. A vast majority. Is very, very difficult. It really is. Okay. It's just all confusion and just no manifestation, no magic, all confusion with no magic equals a world that I would refuse to be a part of or live in. Not saying that I would die or whatever, but I don't, I have every right to have my own personal space so that I don't have to deal with society. Same principle when I was fighting for my kid. I felt it was a divine right of mine to have it for my child to be safe. And that's exactly why he's safe and running around here grinning and cheesing and playing. That's the reason why. Because I kept him safe and I kept myself safe. Now, same difference with anything, any necessity in life. You have to connect with that divine right of yours to have that necessity. But how do you do it though? How do you connect with that? How do you truly connect with that? That's just like as I'm manifesting this lake house, I'm doing some manifestation work for that in advance. Okay, been doing it in advance. Um, it's for me, the way my spirit guides tell me is that it's a necessity for me to have a lake house. I'm talking about right on the lake. It's a necessity. I feel a divine right. It's outright animalistic to have what I want to have, and that's why I have it. That's just like when I manifested this house. If I were ever in a position to where I were afraid that I were going to lose my house, I would connect to that, which is the kundalini. That is your root chakra essence. Many people don't know how to do that. And you know what? I practice what the hell I preach. I'm not gonna have an issue. In fact, a lot of people assume that when I come on here and I respond to people that are talking crazy to me, that it's because I'm currently having some kind of issue or my life is not going well. Well, just yesterday I did this. How often is people's lives shifting back and forth? Good Lord. I ain't never been no shifty person like that. Goodness gracious. But as far as like things that I need, food, shelter, clothing, those are things that are a divine right. And if I'm being denied those things, I am going to connect. But the problem is that so many of y'all are carrying the identities and the energies of other people that don't think that way. This is how you can basically, I told you the secret of manifestation. A lot of people don't think that way. A lot of people think, you know, and that's why you got people fighting and going back and forth because they're blaming other people for their problems and issues. Yeah, there are going to be some people in your life that will pose as an obstacle or they will try to put up roadblocks. How do you remove those roadblocks? What's the most powerful way to do it? It's time for you to learn that. That way the world just can't eat you alive and people just can't eat you alive because it's people out there that are like that. Everybody ain't nice like Jamila. There ain't a damn thing wrong with being nice and kind and powerful at the same time. Being a powerful person doesn't equal necessarily that you got to be this diabolical person that's stepping on kittens. What the hell? No, that ain't what that mean. In fact, nature gonna get you for that. So that's why you got a lot of people. They think, oh, I'm gonna talk some stuff. I'm gonna be diabolical. I'm just like, yeah, and I'm badass, and they just scared. That to me, those people are just afraid. If I ever felt like somebody was causing me an obstacle, I'm gonna handle them shits. I'm gonna handle them shits for real. And I can't help it because I'm a Gemini Cancer cusper. I have a Gemini dominant chart. My Lilith is in Gemini. So my mind is gonna tell me I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna say, yeah, you know what? Yeah. Okay. But it's so difficult for people to connect with their own true divinity. That's pretty much what I do with my classes. Okay. You ain't gotta go out there and tell lies on people, try to destroy the lives of people, because stuff like that, is going to come back and bite you. And it don't have nothing to do with no threefold law. And if you are an experienced enough witch, then you know how to protect yourself from any and all. Because I mean, if that were the case, none of us would be here. This is coming straight from the ancestors. If people were just able to have a bad day and cause destruction to other people that easily, what the fuck are we practicing witchcraft for? This is one of the main things that I see in the spiritual community. People upset and angry about their own shit and coming out and taking it out. I got to go curse somebody because I'm mad. Well, you better be careful cursing people that ain't thinking about you, ain't did nothing to you. What are you doing? So we don't do that. And we are going to be the wealthy witches, the wealthy way. We are taking the wealthy way, the smart way. I don't know about those other people that are doing certain things. I really don't. I can't speak for those people. I can speak for me and what I have manifested, the way that in the way that I manifest. And yes, I do offer dark workings for people. Yes, I do. Curses and things of that nature. Do I have to try to prove that a curse worked on somebody? No, that's ridiculous. Who has time to do that? And this is the reason why I post what I post, because it's relevant. Stuff like that is irrelevant. Okay, and people that want people cursed and, oh, I want this person cursed and da 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 da. They need to realize and accept. God, please grant these people the serenity that people can remove the curses that you put upon them. They can remove them. You know, so that's one of the reasons why my main thing, the main things that I help people with is spiritual development, uh, the classes in teaching witchcraft, money, housing, love, all of that stuff. Fertility workings, past life workings, spirit banishment, banishing spirits. Okay. You know, getting rid of unwanted attachments. So that's just what that is. Okay. Anyway, I guess what does that seem boring? I like quiet and peace. In fact, when I talk to people, I like to talk about things like gardening and new spices that I want to use in my food that I cook. Yeah, you know, there's some people they just love chaos. I don't understand it. Whatever. Let those people do whatever they got to do. I know that I'm protected from their chaos. I'm protected from your illusion. I'm protected from your deception. And that's the way that you have to be. So, anyway, make sure that y'all take a look at that blood class. You're going to need to know it, especially this winter. We dealing with a corrupt government. I'm not going to get way off into that. Uh, and just a lot of corruption that's happening. And I'm not going to get into politics. I don't discuss politics. Politics is something that nobody should be forced to talk about publicly. And so I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to be, I plead the fifth as far as my political views. Now, I seriously, and that's just the way that I am because I don't feel like dealing with other people's opinions based upon their ignorance. I just don't want to do it, and I'm not going to do it. Okay. For real, for real. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Y'all have a good day. Happy Tuesday to y'all. And I will be seeing y'all. Okay. Make sure you subscribe to this channel also. And then I'll also hit up my Patreon. I'm going to get the videos. I just have to edit them. And really, it's not, I'm just going to put them in the slide and save them and get them uploaded. And that's pretty much it. And then they'll be up on the Patreon. Okay. If you guys don't want to become a student, or if you just want to be curious, if you're curious about what, it doesn't matter to me, but yeah, it's a brand new Patreon. So I went ahead and just started a new one. Anyway, I just thought about that one more thing that I have to protect. I put protection around all of my channels now. All of my social media is protected from invasion, alien invasion of a evil kind. So, all right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Blessings. Bye bye.